How does one agency or personal brand with huge following on social media struggle to close even one client, while other one has less than 100 followers and he closes $10,000 every single month just through DMs? They don't even show their face, they don't run a personal brand, or run direct ads to book sales calls with leads that usually just point to handling objections all the sales call. And yet they're able to monetize 90% of their followers. Something doesn't make sense. Like, why do these profiles even exist? Because everybody is teaching you to either run a personal brand to close clients or to run a sales calls and then book appointments and book calls again to close clients. Well, the truth is they just take more easy and faster route, while other agency owners and freelancers are either completely unaware or they're just ignoring that this system even works. And today I will show you exactly what that is so you can do the same thing for yourself. So there are 4 steps that you can take to get the same result as people who have those 100 followers and still make 10k euros per month. But before we go into the actual 4 steps, I want to speak about where agency owners and service providers usually go wrong. What are the mistakes that they're making? Because I was there for the longest time, and the system that I have right now, I'm only running it for the past 8 months. So I know all the struggles that usually people go through. I was too long in that stage. So let's say you have 2 service providers or agency owners. First one has 1,000 followers or maybe even more, but he barely is making enough money to keep the service running, or he has to take another job to even make enough money to live. While the second person has 100 followers and he's closing 5+ clients per month from that same profile. Okay, so what are they even doing, both of them? In the first situation, first person is probably following the outdated lead generator methods. And by that I mean doing cold outreach to get the leads, or doing sales calls, doing the ads plus the sales calls to get to the leads or to get to close people, right? He's probably focusing on improving the service before figuring out how to close clients, right? You're trying to make your service the best as it can be when you're serving nobody. So the first step is always to figure out how to get the leads, how to close clients, and then you can improve your service. They probably create content to go viral, right? They think that the views will get them more clients close, or they're creating those type of reels with how-to explanations. Nobody cares, really nobody cares. One other big thing is people usually go too broad. People are unsuccessful in business because they're trying to do everything. I serve all the niches, I do all the services, I provide everything, and my offer is I can do everything to you. Whatever you need, I can do. So that obviously doesn't work right now, and especially now in 2025 and as we are moving forward. While the second person with those 100 followers, he is focused on client acquisition, right? He knows exactly that the business is going to thrive and be able to even survive if you have clients in. He goes for one niche, he has one offer, and he's focused just on a simple or just niche down specific service that is going to enhance their offer. He uses probably paid ads to get to the ideal leads because that gives you the biggest amount of control over who sees your offer. He's creating content also as a first person, but the content that he creates is there just to raise authority and to raise trust, and at the end to actually sell the service. They're following methods that are working right now in the time and the year that they're living in. So let's say both agencies are targeting local businesses and they decide to make an offer. So what will happen if both of those agencies and profiles decide to make an offer for local businesses? Well, when the first agency makes an offer, the offer will be too vague and it will be non-specific because they don't have a niche, they don't have anything they can specially go towards, let's say. They will be talking to everybody, which doesn't solve any specific problem, and as a result, nobody's going to buy from that. It's just too general. When we speak about a second agency making an offer, it will be a specific to a smaller number of businesses, right? A specific type of offer. They will appear as an expert, of course, because they're speaking only to one type of people and one type of businesses. They will have content on that profile that they're having with those 100 followers that solves specific problems, that will handle the objections, and it will raise trust. And that type of content is going to sell. Now, as a result, agency number one, which is vague and goes over everybody and serves serves, let's say, everybody, he will have only broke leads that only want guarantees. He will have people that only want free trials, and they will pay low ticket if they even pay. So it will be like a desert and just broke is there. As a result of a second agency, they will have a high ticket clients paying them upfront without any guarantees, because the profile, the content, the offer, everything made the bigger picture. So people are secure and they trust enough the business to give them money up front. So I want to speak about why the agency number one fails, because you would think that if you try to serve everybody, that you are going to actually serve everybody. But the truth is, when you're doing done for you system, clients don't care about how big your profile is, how big you are on social media. Nobody cares, right? They're searching for solutions and solutions to their problems, right? They don't care how you do your service. They don't care about your steps, what you do. It works for coaching and consulting, but it doesn't work for done for you system, because people just want your results. They don't care how you do the service, right? If a construction worker comes to you, you don't care how he is going to build your house. You want the house. You don't care about the materials. I mean, you do care for some other reasons, like is it going to be warm in your house? Is the isolation going to be good enough? But you don't care how he is mixing that and working, and you don't care. It's the same thing with this. If the construction company that comes to you is somebody who you want to learn from, then sure, you want to know how to. You want those videos, you want the tutorials. But if they're just there to do the service, you don't care. Nobody cares if it's done for your system. And that, for me, it took me the longest time to realize that nobody cares about it when you're making content, right? So people only want to know, are you legit and not a scammer, right? And can you solve the specific problems they're having and get them to the desired results that they want to get, right? And are you a niche down expert? So are you the person that solves those problems and not solving everybody, right? It's this example with the cardiologist. If you have a heart problem, you will not go to the doctor that solves all of the problems, right? You don't go to general doctor, you go to the specialists. It's the same thing with this. For a specific problem, you go to a specific person that has the solution to that specific problem. If you can become that person, people are going to pay you, right? So you will have more money and more clients by serving everybody. Just don't do that anymore. I know it because I've done the same thing. So when you take an approach, I can help everybody, let me go viral and clients will pay me, they will rather pay an expert. Or if you decide to go with a cold outreach, which I also did, and I have to put in the numbers and somebody is going to say, yes, well, everybody is running ads right now. So that same person that you outreach to, if he wants your service and he needs your service, he probably got hit with multiple ads and incredible ads because it's really easy to make good ads. And he already clicked there and he is already chatting with a person who is running ads, cheap ads. And you will stand no chance because you're somebody who outreach. You went to that general box and inbox if you're doing DMs, or you call them and they are not in the mood right now. It is just, it's not the way to go anymore. Maybe in 2016 it was the way to go, but right now there is just too many ads floating around that it is just, I don't think it's something that can get you forward too much in business. It's something that you can do for the cold outreach, I'm saying. Something that can get you maybe your skin to be thicker, right? To get used to rejections, but overall to scale the business and to run it properly, to actually have the real business, I don't think it is the way to go. And the ads are not that expensive. So if you want to have results as the agency number 2 and the person number 2 with those 100 followers to run faceless content and still make 10K euros, 10K dollars, whichever currency you're having with your business, you can follow these 4 steps. Well, the first step is a preparation phase where you have to think about your niche, the offer, and create the actual power profile on Instagram that will be legit enough for people to trust it. First off, speaking about a niche, you want to be focused only on one niche. So the niche has to be a growing one. So you have to see the bright future with that niche, not something that's shutting down slowly, right? Their one client has to be worth at least $500 at least, or above. It will be better if it is above because it will be easier to deliver them results and you can charge high ticket for that. And you want to think about there is enough businesses to target. You don't want to go with something that has one business in the whole town because you will just not have enough businesses to work with. Then speaking about the offer, you want to talk numbers on your offer, right? The offer is not your service. The offer is a result of your service. So as I said, nobody cares about your about how you're doing things. Nobody cares about your service, but they care about the results that they will have if they work with you. So I like to speak about something per day, per week, per month. Let's say, for example, 1 to 3 leads per day. I don't know, 20 appointments per month, or whatever, something that your service, like what is the result of your service? When you think about that, think about the numbers and you will have your offer. And lastly, you want to have a power profile. And by that, I mean the faceless Instagram business brand, business profile that you will use as a landing page when somebody goes through the ads or just checks you out on Instagram. Okay, you don't need a website anymore. Nobody wants to click off the platform they're on. If people are on Facebook, on Instagram, they don't want to go to the website. They want to check you out there, right? So you can just have your website to be your Instagram profile. And it's simple to set up. And it's working much better now, I think, than having a website and having like 100 things there. So you just need an Instagram business profile, and few things that you need to have once you're setting that up. You need to have a professional logo. As you see, we don't have a personal brand. This is actually mine. This is what I use now. It's February of 2025, and I just now today closed a client with this profile. It has like 200. Now it has 300 followers, but it's literally nothing. You have a professional logo. Link here is a link to the landing page or a link to book the sales call with you if you want to go with that route. In the bio, you're going to speak about what you do, who do you actually help. So speaking about your niche. Using the story highlights, it's amazing because you can use it as a sales funnel where you speak about your results, show your testimonials, and you break down your system so people can see, okay, these are the things that I will get with their system. And using 3 pinned posts, which is also amazing to have as a sales funnel because it brings people closer to the actual closing deal with you. So you have who you are as a first video. Second video is what is specific about your system, speaking more about the offer. Then I always use numbers, as many numbers as I can, so people can see how their business will look if they start to collaborate with us. And the last one is just the best testimonial that you have. If you have these things pinned here always, whoever lands on your profile will see this. It is above the fold. It's everything that it will be good enough first impression that somebody will think that you're a legit business, and he will give you a chance to actually warm him up with your content. So let's quickly overview the funnel that I'm using with this faceless Instagram business brands. It has 3 simple steps. We have a part where we're getting new followers. We have part that we nurture those same followers with content, and then we have a conversion phase. When you speak about getting the new followers or leads, we use Instagram ads. It's a direct ad, just 6-second simple ad. It's either profile visit where you get followers, or we use lead generation DM ads where we get people to DM us first, and then again they become followers, but that's something else. In the second phase, once people DM us or they become a follower, we nurture them with content, and we usually use just stories and reels to raise trust. You will see that as we go forward in this video. And the last phase is a conversion phase where I use DM script with just few simple questions that I ask, and a landing page with a VSL where I basically show people my offer, show the price, and then they decide to go with me or not. Now, why it works with faceless content with only 100 followers? Because that was my biggest question when I started to initially work with this. I wasn't sure will faceless actually work. And the reality is, if all your leads are highly qualified, and if all your content focuses on raising trust and building the authority, and it just mimics the sales call, nobody cares how you look, so you don't have to have a personal brand. And nobody cares how many followers you're having. Nobody cares. They just want to see that you can solve their problems, right? That you can actually deliver the offer that they clicked on once they were on your ad. So people want experts they can trust, they can solve their problems, right? And experts don't have to necessarily be big brands. If you're an expert in something, not a lot of people will follow you because not a lot of people have those problems. Okay, so the first step of the funnel is second step here is getting to the right leads. And we don't do any cold outreach. Now here, we don't do cold outreach. Every business run ads and they're really, really cheap. So it's like you having $6 per day to have 800 ideal views on your offer. These ads will find you ideal leads faster than any cold outreach. You can't mimic this. It doesn't make any sense. You can't spend 6 hours every day to reach this, which with ads you're using like $6. That's nothing. Just if you don't have that, just go to a job and just take €6 or dollars every day, and you're gonna have the same result. So just run ads. So what do you want your ads to do for your business? You want them to deliver you only highly qualified leads. You want leads that are ready to buy, like they're ready to go right now. And you want leads with high enough buying power, so they have enough money. So how do you run those ads? Well, I run direct offer ads and I make them follow me or DM me. Okay, I don't do sales calls because then you can't use the power of nurturing people with content. So I call out my ideal client that I want as my lead. Okay, and this is just the example of those ads. It's really, really simple. It's 5 seconds is this one. I have 3 parts of the ad. This is only for established construction companies where I call out my niche and then I mention my offer and then I have a call to action. And that's literally it. These are the ads that I'm running and I'm getting highly qualified leads from this. They all become my followers and then I nurture them with content, which is the second step right here, where we nurture people and we nurture those leads with content. Here is where the magic happens, because this was my biggest problem while I was running just the ads and doing the sales calls immediately. There was no nurturing phase and it was not long enough. But right now, when we're having this and we don't force people to sales call, we have enough space here to actually raise the trust in our business, in our agency. So you create faceless content that focuses only on moving your followers closer to becoming a client. And do you need a personal brand? Can you run a faceless content? Well, actually you can, because I've tested out both things and faceless actually work better for me. I don't know why. Actually, I do. So do you need a personal brand? Or can you run a faceless content? So from my experience, I've tested out both things for the agency, for done for you service. Leads don't care how you look. They don't want to listen to you speak about how-to videos, right? They don't want to know that. And the thing that occurred to me when I was thinking about it was, do you know who owns Adidas? You don't know who the owner is. You still wear it because of the brand and you trust the brand. You don't have to trust the person. You can just trust the brand. And usually what happens to me is when I work with businesses, which are construction companies in my case, they want to work with actual agency and business and not with one person. That's just the way it goes in business, right? So that's just for done for you system. If I was offering any coaching or consulting or course, I would need to run a personal brand. Well, with this, if it is just done for your system, faceless actually works better if the content is in high enough quality. The only things that people care about is, are you real and not a scammer? And can you help them with their problems and their desires? The big question that emerges is, what type of faceless content can you post? And the first one that proved to me to be right is just your personal life surroundings. For example, you can take a shot of your laptop, of your phone, of yourself working from behind. Somebody can, take a picture of you. You can use that. You can use a workspace and you can use stock footage of your clients in work. That also works. And if you mix these three things, people can see you're a real person. There is somebody behind the brand and they will see that you work with their niche because you have a stock footage of them. Personal life surroundings and the workspace I usually use for my stories. And the stock footage of my clients at work I usually use for reels. And the amount of posts that I use for this type of funnel is 3 times per week. We use reels, these type of also 5-second reels with some captions here. And we use stories, which you use 3 times per day, this is where a lot of things actually move towards the conversion phase. The themes that we are speaking about are pains and desires of your clients and how can you help them with your offer. We handle the objections, we explain our service, and we do the pitch basically, and we show our results and testimonials. Now basically what we are doing here is we are converting sales calls into content. And if you want to learn more actually how to do this, I made a free course and you can copy my content creation system. It gets me 2 clients per week just with faceless content. It's gonna be the first link below so you can check it out. Now we come to the last phase, which is a closing phase or a conversion phase. Now you have the followers of ideal leads. How can you start a sale process from here? So first one is just DMing every new follower with a warm-up message, just giving the heads up, hey, thank you for following everything in that way, and you can start a conversation from there. You can DM all of your story viewers because people usually just don't react on stories. You have to manually, send them messages. And the last one is having a special offers that you run every month, which is kind of an excuse to DM everybody privately. I open 5 spots, for example, and then you DM everybody who view your story because you want to send them a message privately. This is where I think I don't know, should I even say this right here? Because I use it only for my inner circle people, but it can stay there. Why not? Now, speaking about a communication in DMs, you are asking qualifying questions as an intro call when you're doing sales calls. And you propose either a sales call or send them a VSL once you see they are high qualified enough. And you can follow this form. If somebody answers you, you answer to their whatever message they sent. You send some relatable comment about it, and then you ask the next question. Because of that, you keep the chat really natural, and it doesn't sound robotic as you have, the answers already prepared. So to recap everything one more time, we have a preparation phase of acquiring leads, phase of nurturing leads, and the phase of converting those same leads into the clients. So this is exactly how a small Instagram business brand with faceless content can make you big money in 2025 and moving forward. Using this exact system that I just explained to you, I'm closing 2 clients every single week from my small business brand, and you can do the same thing for yourself.